Good evening, Mountaineer Nation, and welcome into the Mountaineer Effect. I'm your host, Marcus Dean. Welcome into the broadcast. Welcome into the show. Got a lot to get to on tonight's broadcast. There's a lot of stuff going on across the college landscape. We finally got college football is back, baby. For one weekend, this has been the happiest I've been all through this whole crazy pandemic. We got football this past weekend, and we have football tomorrow night. We have Navy and BYU on ESPN tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. If you're free and want to watch some good old-fashioned football. So let's get in a little bit in here to the broadcast. Some news and notes here. As of right now, everything is okay in terms of the coronavirus with in accordance with the Mountaineers. No players have tested positive as of late, and everything's doing well with their quarantine and their kind of a bubble thing they got going on there. Everything's doing well. All the players are social distancing, wearing their mask, and everything is good. And also had a scrimmage last weekend. Coach Brown said that was a closing scrimmage before they get into fall camp. Which fall camp, or especially game camp practice starts on Monday. So we'll be on the lookout for news and notes from that. But according to the scrimmage, she said there was some good, some bad, some stuff they needed to work on in the press conference that he had last week. So there's some bright spots. There's some not so bright spots. Are still kind of putting things together with special teams. That was kind of a little bit of a downplay, but we did know that Jarrett Doege has been named our starting quarterback, which is a good thing. That was a smart decision on Neil Brown's part and staff. I think Doege gives us the best opportunity to win in terms of game. He's a great game manager. He can extend plays if needly. I mean, I think he would be a very, very good piece for the Mountaineers going forward. And there's a couple players I look for some big things this week. This coming up year, Bryce Wheaton is one I'm looking forward to. Letty Brown's another player that I'm looking forward to see how they develop and how well they end up doing. And one player to keep an eye on. He's had a great camp. Coach Brown said he will play. They just don't know yet as far as reps go, and that is Bluefield native Sean Martin. So I'm really excited to see how everything turns out for him. Okay, moving along here in the broadcast, we're going to break down a little bit of the schedule here. Now, of course, we all know this upcoming Saturday will be against Eastern Kentucky. I don't see really any major issues there. I think this game should be over with by the halftime, and some of our backups can get some good mop-up duty and some good reps, live game reps, which is something that the Mountaineer, where they're a little bit younger of a program, they could definitely use some game experience. Maybe Garrett Green can get in there and play maybe in the fourth quarter, maybe a little bit Austin Kendall in the third quarter, just to get them some value reps just in case, because you never know what can happen. September 26th, circle this one here on your calendar. This is going to be a very important game for the Mountaineers against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is going to have a brand new offensive line, but they do have a good solid running back. And they always have a good quarterback. So that's going to be a flip game for the Mountaineers. They could either win or they could either lose. I'm still not convinced either way, based on what I've read, based on what I've saw. I'm still struggling with that one. That's a coin toss for me. That could go either way in terms of the Mountaineers season. But either way it goes, I think it'll be a big game for the Mountaineers, but I don't think it'll be a crucial blow to the Mountaineers season if they end up having, dropping the game to Oklahoma State. Okay, so in October 3rd, it's a game against Baylor. Brand new coaching staff coming in there. Matt Canada's coming in there with a brand new coaching staff. So this should be a payback game for the Mountaineers at the Mountaineer Field. So I look for the Mountaineers to pick up a win there in that one. October 17th against Kansas. Les Miles is definitely building a program there, but it's still going to take him some time to get his type of players there, this type of recruits that he's used to having down in LSU. I don't know if he can bring in the same recruits like he did at LSU at Kansas, but he is a good football coach, and we shall see. But I think the Mountaineers shouldn't have a big problem with that game either. I expect the Mountaineers to pick up a win there. And finally, through the first four games there, you're looking at best a 3-1, 4-0 start at best. But in the worst case scenario, a 2-2. The only other option I could see where they could possibly drop a game would be to Baylor, but that would be a shock to me. But for the best case scenario, I'm going to go 3-1, 4-0 in terms of that. Thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. We certainly do appreciate that. If you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel here. This is Marcus Dean, your host for the Mountaineer Effect. Let's go Mountaineers!